in this post that I want to share with you to find icons is just by using Keynote and Pages. Actually, there's some really good icons within the Shapes feature up on the toolbar. So we've looked at flat icon, we've looked at noun project, and now if we just use the functionalities within these programs, you can actually find some pretty good shapes in here. So you can see there are basic shapes, geometrical shapes, go through all these categories on the side. You've got objects, animals, nature, you've got all these different ones down to people, places. Okay, so you can actually go through those and just have a look, or you can just go up here and say, I want to search for a person, or I want to search for a food, I want to search for a particular thing, let's say like I don't know, a banana. Okay, so there's lots of different things within here that you can actually just search for. So if I went to people and I was wanting to show some information or set up a slide about some person, obviously I can just select one of these icons. Once it's in there, I can move it around. I can play around with the size of it and make it bigger and smaller. Okay. When you stretch the icons out, you can see that their quality is still very good, like the ones from Flat Icon. You can click on them and change their style as well by selecting the fill over here and changing their color and making them any color that you want. Okay. You can also put a border around them, okay, and give them an outline, which is as thick or as thin as you need it to be. So there's lots of things you can do on them. You can even put shadows on them and play around with the shadow and show sort of different types of shadows, and yeah, lots of cool little features you can do with them. And you don't have to attribute these ones because they're part of the software program as well. But they look really good and good high quality when you use them. Once you start using the icons in Keynote and Pages, there's also lots of really cool little tricks you can do with them as well. So if you were wanting to show, for example, some data on like how many out of 10 people, or wanted to show a statistic or something like that, you can do 10 of the exact same. So just copying and pasting them, Command C, Command V to keep adding them, and doing multiple of the same icon. And then you can actually arrange them by right-clicking on them and just saying that you want to distribute them horizontally. You want them to be aligned from the bottom of the shape, and now you've got them all perfectly in line. You can then group them as well by going to the Arrange button over here, and you could actually even lock them all together into one spot so they don't move. Or the other thing you can do once you put them all together is group them and say, okay, now they're all together. When I click on it, I've got one icon essentially now, and I can move that around and use that as one item rather than 10 separate ones. Okay, so lots of cool things you can do within these pieces of software as well. So that is Apple and Keynote and Pages.